Okay, so techniques to stop a gaslighter in their tracks. Gaslighting is absolutely pure evil, and you need to be ruthless whenever you are dealing with a gaslighter. They have no empathy and they have no sympathy for you. They're extremely opportunistic and selfish, and deep within this Satan is self-hate, which manifests itself in the form of sucking the soul off of victims for fuel, to fuel their thirst. And they are just pure evil. That's the best way to explain it. The best way to deal with somebody who is gaslighting you is to walk away. Dealing with them will drain you of your precious energy, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Once you have identified gaslighting is done, you need to build your defenses and his or her trap. So why do they gaslight? They gaslight to fuel their own ego. They get this sense of accomplishment whenever they feel that they are in control of your life. And these thankless souls can get you to do favors for them at the cost of your time, the cost of your sanity. And do they feel sorry for you? No, they are absolute vampires. Why did they choose you? Why do they choose to gaslight you? They find people who are givers, who are people pleasers, empathetic and helpful people, but at the same time meek, humble, reserved, and introverted. They know that once they have isolated you, that they can play around with your mind as much as they would like to. So you must walk out, but don't spare them. Let the world know that they are ugly inside. Don't let the gaslighter know that you have identified the vampire or the narcissist in them. Continue on, continue the status quo. As gaslighters are masters at manipulating facts and contorting reality. Therefore, gather proof, document everything, and don't let the gaslighter know that you are collecting evidence. Share the backup with somebody that you trust and somebody that can help. A narcissist is careless and they are overconfident. Try to fuel their narcissism to such an extent that the narcissist thinks that you are in his or her full control, and they shed their inhibitions and give you more and more proof. Record this, back it up, and secure it. This is for you. Keep quiet about it. Wait for the opportune moment, and if you want to, strike back publicly. But mostly, this is for you so that you understand that you are not crazy. Your memory is not going bad. There is nothing wrong with you, and you must walk away. Will they retaliate? Yeah, sometimes they will. They will plot against you. They will smear your name. They will spread rumors. They will gossip. They will manipulate others into thinking that they are the victim. And they are very grudging. But the best part is that you are free now. The sooner that you shut down the gaslighting, the better. The first thing that you should do is make sure you are on board with shutting it down. And this means that you stop trying to hold the narcissist accountable for their actions and convince them of your side of things, or even telling them that they are gaslighting you. You have more power when you simply stop doing these things. Do not engage, as they will never ever give you clarity around the topic that they want you to stay confused on. That is their goal. Journal everything. Often victims who have been gaslighted for longer periods of time are in such a confused state and question their own reality. Writing things down on how you remember them is so useful for you to go back on when needed. So is recording. It is a great form of validation. Like I said, nobody should ever be able to create your reality for you. If you have a support system, and I understand most of us have been isolated from everyone, you do need a support system. If you have one, lean on your friends and family for love and support. If you don't, there are communities such as this one. But I will tell you right now, many will not understand things whenever you start listing them out if they haven't been through it, and if they do, it will never be at the level you probably need it to be. So this is the type of the mind screw that, unless you have been through it, probably will not make sense, and this can re-traumatize you. So you must be careful with who you share this stuff with. Lean on your support group for love and support, and not necessarily opening up about all of the details of the gaslighting. I would say do that in a safe place, a safe narcissistic abuse recovery community. um, Therapy is great for working through the problems, feeling validated. If you would like to, be sure to get a great therapist, and you must get one that understands cluster B personality disorders, CPTSD, and other emotional abuse. Otherwise, they absolutely will not know how to help you, and their advice will be off, and it could be re-traumatizing again. Recovery and life coaching, narcissistic abuse and trauma life coaches are great sources of support. This will really help you in your healing journey because we have been through it. We are survivors, and it's like, from what I've heard and what I've experienced with my clients, talking to a best friend, and I've made a lot of really good friends, people who understand, really, really, truly understand. So again, if you know somebody is gaslighting you, here are the rules of thumb. Stop right away. Do not add fuel to the fire, and tell them that you need time and space to think. Walk away and tell them that you will talk about it later. If they keep blowing up your phone, your text, and your email, do not respond, because that is what gaslighting is. They want a response or a trigger from you. They need their narcissistic fuel. And if you must engage with this person because you have to stay in contact with them, use what is known as the mirroring technique. And this is kind of controversial. And it looks like this. It's asking questions like, what you said was, or am I getting that right? And letting them dig their own hole, kind of parroting back to them what they're saying. Watch the movie Gaslight. It's an older movie. It can be found on YouTube. And you can see how this woman was going through this gaslighting and how it affected her and where the name came from. Like I said, journaling, recording things. Remember not to say anything that can and will be used against you, like being arrested. And the worst is when you nod your head and smile and act like their words cannot tear you down. If you have experienced this over time and it has affected you emotionally, you must seek outside help to gain a clear perspective on what is going on in your life. And if you can do this, as in you don't have to communicate with them, work with them, co-parent with them, then go no contact, because how can they light you up if you don't communicate with them? Okay, so as many of you know, my original account, Narcissistic Abuse 101, was mass reported in an attempt to have it permanently taken down. It is currently under review by Instagram, and there is some good news. I finally heard from an actual human being who is investigating the claims that were made, and I know a lot of you are very surprised. I myself was just stricken with absolute grief whenever I found out, and the same day, actually, I was hospitalized for something that's known as deep vein thrombosis. I think I'm saying that right, or DVT. I have a blood clot in my leg, and it puts me at risk for some very serious health complications. So that's why I have been kind of quiet and trying to take it easy with the rebuild on the new Instagram, and hopefully temporary Instagram. And I want you to know that I appreciate all of your support. And if you would like to help out and help get this community, get our community reinstated, send an email to ip@instagram.com and let them know how this community has affected your life, how the last 3 years of my work has helped you and has affected you, hopefully in a good way. And I really truly believe that without your help, the old community, Narcissistic Abuse 101, may not be restored. But either way, we absolutely will rebuild, and that is without a doubt.